Hey everybody, I am Ghosty of Makoreactor and welcome to the OCTGN Open second round. And this is one of the featured matches. It's going to be really exciting and we're going to watch the players Silas battle against Wayne. Silas is one of my locals friends. He is really playing interesting decks and is quite a good player. And Wayne has been working on OCTGN, so he definitely knows how this works. So it's going to be really exciting and we are starting the match. So they are going to duke it out and they have both won their first matches, so that is nice as well. And we are going to check out how these players does it. On the top side we have Wayne, who looks like he's playing Mono Lightning, and on the bottom side we see Silas, who's playing a Merle Whip and then a Summoner. So I'm just assuming that is the Golbez decks. I've seen him play before. That is a fantastic deck. It's super exciting to watch. The max potential of the new Golbez is just too much. You have got to try it. It is super fun to play. Absolutely a really interesting deck. Oh, I see. So we see Wayne on the top side keeping his hands, not daring to play any cards to the field, really playing it safe here. Since the Lightning decks never want to be the first one to play a forward. They never want to be that, because he's probably stuck with cards like Alcid and Onion Knight on his hand, which don't really have any targets at the moment, so this is fine play by Silas, really knowing the matchup. We're gonna see what Wayne does here. He's probably forced to play some sort of small forward here, I'm assuming. Maybe an expensive backup, but I can't see what, because cards like Seymour are not very efficient at the moment. Ninja is a reasonably fine play, though he's at 4 backups already. That is impressive. He could let loose a full idea here on his coming turn. It's gonna be scary for Silas to move into that, because any forward he played will be targeted and immediately brought down. So it's gonna have to be something durable, maybe an Ash or similar. That would be a fine play. The 1-cost Porom, for example, that can be bounced to hand if targeted. Something like that is gonna be what Silas wants to play to the field at the moment, because anything non-durable like a Cloud or similar would just immediately break for Wayne's advantage. We're gonna see what Silas produces here. We see a Golbez to the field. It's a pretty cheap Golbez, though not that many Arc Fiends in the break zone. We're gonna see what happened. Alright. There we go. Yeah, what the players were saying in the chat there was that they have tried to fix the sound so that you can play Golbez with the cost reduction, but you have to do it manually. So, but it still works. It doesn't matter. The players are pretty good at this, and they are used to the OCTGN interface. We see a 2k ping from the Ninja on top of Golbez, and I'm assuming it's going to be something like Alcid Rigdia or similar, or maybe just the Black Mage to kill it off. We'll see what he does. There are so many options for Lightning to bring down a singular forward. It's gonna be... yeah, it's gonna be Black Mage. Losing a backup on it, maybe it's a good trade because he got the Golbez off the field. Unfortunately, we know there are 3 Golbez in the Silas deck, but it's not a big deal. All the same, clearing the field is very important for Lightning. We see an Aerith here. It's a free Aerith, a very nice play indeed. It's fantastic to have as well, and it's perfect against Lightning. The Aerith is not active this turn though, so Silas is going to have to be a little bit careful with his first play. He really wants to see something durable here. Something that can last, maybe survive an Alcid Onion Knight or Alcid and Rigdia play. Not quite sure what that would be at the moment, because most of the Arc Fiends of Golbez are not very durable at all. But another Golbez would be fine, though it would probably break, so maybe playing that on his next turn while Aerith is up is a better option. And Skaar is just at 4 cards, so we'll see what he does. Oh, we see his 5th backup here. It's a Chaos, so he is taking colors left, right and center. It's a very interesting deck this, and Silas has a lot of economy. He's way ahead in economy, and his play on his next turn is maybe going to be protected by Aerith as well. So that is probably his best option here. It is really, really scary to play into the Mono Lightning matchup, so take some notes here. We are gonna see probably Wayne being forced to play something a little bit awkward here. No, Makui. Makui is a fine play indeed, and Wayne is just waiting for Silas first, Silas drop now, because as there is no target on the field, there is very little Wayne can actually do here. We see Silas even passing turn here, because he is at 5 cards. He didn't need to do anything. He's probably waiting for an Aerith or a better forward here, because he doesn't want to commit cards from hand and then just lose it to the lightning on play effects. The lightning player will have such an easy time to just claim the tempo in their favor if you do. So be really careful with what you play. Yeah, we see a single Dragoon played here, making sure that CC or Wayne is at 5 cards already. And Silas starts his turn with 7 cards now. It's going to be really interesting to see what he produces. We see a Cagnazzo, decent play, but still breaks to most big burns. Not the small ones though. We see an Emperor as well here. The Emperor is likely to die though. The Ninja is disabled, but I think we're gonna see an Alcid here from CC's side. So I think it'll be Alcid and Rigdia on the Emperor, but I'm assuming that Silas did this play and committed so many cards because he has an Aerith on hand, and that is going to be absolutely huge, since the Alcid is paid for but doesn't get to bring its Rigdia, and the Emperor survives as well for a single Aerith. It's a fantastic play, and a lot of thoughts going in Vayne's head right now, I can assure you of that. It's super scary to play your wombo combo into something that is potentially invulnerable, or I should say not possible to choose, because it's protected by Aerith. Very thematic. Not for protecting the Emperor, I suppose, or the Archfiend, but you know, it's a very nice card, Aerith. It's a very nice card indeed. It's one of the strongest backups that exist at the moment. So what will we see here? Wayne is really contemplating here, because what's happening is that if he plays Alcidonia Knight and it doesn't do anything, it's gonna be really scary. Okay, he's reducing power of Cagnazzo by 4k, and it would have been a nice play to use the Ninja. Unfortunately, Ninja doesn't work because of Emperor. But we'll see what the play is. Cagnazzo's power is reduced, but he's still going to have to finish it. And we'll see what will actually finish it. I'm assuming it's going to be something like Onion Knight, Alcid, Rigdia. It's going to be something like that, but we don't really know yet. He's probably going to have to try to bait out the Aerith first, and cheap cards like... no, that doesn't work. So, nope, that doesn't work. What Emperor does is basically that it stops both the Makui and the Ninja. They cannot use their tap abilities. They just don't work. Any activated abilities just can't be activated. The players are going back with that move, and it's not really a big deal. We see a Rigdia coming down though. It's going to break the Cagnazzo unless we see an Aerith here, and I'm assuming we aren't, because it would be a little bit too expensive. And we see Emperor being tapped, so we're gonna see a damage coming through here from Wayne's side, though he still haven't managed to get through the Aerith, and I'm assuming Silas is just going to stack up Aeriths to prepare for any sort of shenanigans coming from that side. It's so expensive playing into an Aerith, so that's really gonna be Silas' best hope here. I'm feeling Silas has a little bit of an advantage here, but I'm not sure yet. Are we gonna see an Aerith now? Yeah, we see a first Aerith going down. Ouch. So one Aerith is down. But the Emperor lives. It's very, very, very important. And it's gonna be Skaar's turn now, so Aerith is standing once again. He's really gonna have to look for that second copy of Aerith now, because we know there's probably gonna come an Alcid and Onion Knight going for the Aerith straight away. Why? Well, because we have an Aerith on the field and we see one in the discard. We don't know if there's a third or fourth Aerith available in Skaar's hand at the moment. Alright, well, let's see what Silas' play here is. I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of cheap drop. Maybe not. He's go for the damage first. You see a Ramsa go to the discard. Ramsa would have been perfect for Wayne at the moment. It's a huge drop that Silas has to deal with. We see a Golbez here. Very expensive Golbez indeed. 2 CP for a 10k card. Very fine play indeed. The Golbez is active though, it's very important because it can be targeted by Alcid. The Emperor is not active, so it cannot be targeted by Alcid. So swinging with the Emperor was definitely the right move here. Also knowing that Wayne's all of his backups were dulled and no Odin's on hand or anything. So it's very wise to swing with Emperor to keep it safe from Alcid and potential Rigdia replays, for example. We see Rigdia swinging, and I'm assuming it's going to deal damage, yeah. Silas taking the damage, knowing that taking the damage is the best move at the moment. Alright, we see an idea coming down, and the idea finally removes that Emperor. Really frustrating for Silas having it removed by idea, and idea can be replayed another two times. So that's absolutely massive. It's going to be a really great card for him. Idea is probably one of the best ways to deal with these cards at the moment. Silas is going to have to prepare another Aerith, I'm thinking. The Aerith is going to be absolutely huge against Mono Lightning. So get that Aerith now and you should be okay. Otherwise it's going to be a little bit difficult, because while Silas is able to stack up cards, we see no Minwu on the boards. We see cards that can be damaged, for example. And that's interesting. I was expecting a Pollen deck in the beginning, seeing the Water Fire, but then we saw the Arc Fiends coming out. Really interesting though, seeing an Arc Fiend deck here in the tournament. Okay, we see 2 cards tapped here, dulled here, and 3 cards dulled. What is he gonna play? What is he going to play? He needs another forward to be able to keep like pressure and start dealing more damage. Is he really going to need that? Unfortunately, I have no idea what kind of summons Silas is running. We've seen Moogle so far. I'm not sure we've seen any Leviathans or anything. So I don't really know what kind of summons he's running, and that's going to be absolutely crucial. So 5 CP, we see a Giz. Interesting. He also gets to play a card. There's the Barbaricha. Very interesting indeed. And it's very all-in. This is a lot of card used there. Okay, we see Golbez swinging. And Silas picks a Barbaricha up into his hand, so his opponent knows that he's gonna have to deal with Barbaricha. And keep in mind there is no slot for a Seymour, so it's likely have to be an Odin or similar. So it's gonna be really difficult to get to the Barbaricha for Wayne here. And the Golbez Barbaricha loop is absolutely horrible to face, and we see a summon area for Silas, so it'll be a complete board wipe. That is very scary, so Wayne will definitely have to deal with the Barbaricha on this turn, or he's going to take a lot of punishment for it. And keep noting the power of the cards is way lower than Silas, and this is because the Mono Lightning is a little bit lacking in power, and that's why fire and other color elements have a little bit of a shot here. Okay, we see a Giz here blocking the Rigdia. Silas not wanting to get behind in damage here. He wants to keep the tempo up though, but when you block against Mono Lightning, it's basically that you took a little bit burn, but at the cost of Wayne losing the Rigdia from field there. So even if he gets to remove Silas' board, he can swing for only 2 damage. So he's unable to do that at the moment. Alright, so we're gonna see what happens here. is took damage, and I'm assuming we're gonna see an Onion Knight here. Very very obvious play here. So yeah, the Onion Knight here. No, 4 cost. Al-Cid, yeah, fair enough. So we're gonna see Al-Cid targeting the Giz, but the Giz is not the threat here. Barbariccia is the threat here. Oh, right, so he deals... Oh yeah, he threw that entire combo onto Barbariccia. Or did he? We're gonna see what he does here. He's going to have to deal with both of these cards. So Al-Cid targets the Barbariccia. And I'm assuming... Yeah, so we see 6k. We see he's allowed to resolve it, so we see 6k damage done to Barbariccia. I'm probably gonna see a ninja here for the final damage on Barbariccia. Unfortunate for Silas that he didn't have an Aerith, because Aerith would have stopped that entire combo. Onion Knight not even played to the field. That is really scary. That's nearly a board wipe from a single play here. That is really powerful. Very nice play by Wayne there. Mono Lightning is such a consistent color. Despite being seemingly behind there, he really got out of it with a single Al-Cid and Onion Knight combo right there. Probably was a little bit wrong to block the Rigdia, mostly because maybe he only had a Rigdia on hand, so we could go for the Al-Cid and Rigdia play. Good by Silas swinging and picking up a Barbariccia to hand. I'm assuming Wayne is just going to take the damage and rely on tempo swinging back later with Golbez, but we're gonna see. So we see Skaar here doubling for 2 CP, and what is he going to play? Is he going to play something like Cognazzo? No, Odin is also discarded, so that's 4 CP. Oh, it's Emperor, nice. So Iridia is stopped, it can no longer break for a copy and 2 CP. Very important to have the Emperor up in this matchup, and we see a Barbariccia up. Wow, I hope for Wayne's sake that he can deal with another 8k character. Likely to attract an Odin at this point, because there are no Seymours available, there are no Fusoyas or Magus available, there is no Onion Knight available, only a Rigdia and maybe some sort of burn. So how is Wayne going to deal with the Barbariccia? Because on the next turn we know there are 2 Barbariccias available, sorry, 1 in Silas' hand and 1 on the field. So that is scary indeed. We will definitely see a board wipe coming from Silas. Very interesting to see the Archfiend deck here. It is super consistent actually, despite running so many colors, and relying a little bit there on the fact that Lightning had to play backups in the early game. You can sort of force them to make a little bit awkward plays there. And not having space in the backup line really is frustrating for Wayne. But on the other hand, he has 5 backups. Right, we see Adia swinging, and I'm guessing Silas is just going to take the damage here. It's probably the wisest move, because what he wants is just like taking the damage and preparing for his next turn, and not making any crazy moves. But on the other hand, he doesn't want to take 3 damage, so we're going to see what he does here. I'm just assuming he's not going to block any of these attacks, because it's way too expensive. Alright. Yeah, Wayne is probably just going to keep his hand and play like a single card or so to the field. Optimal would be something like Odin. Oh, we see Scarmiglione come down to the field. Going to block the Al-Cid and remove it from the field. Probably wise. Letting Aerith go down is a little bit scary. But on the other hand, it should probably be fine. Removing the Al-Cid out of the 3 might not be the best move. Removing the Edea would probably not be a good move either. You want it stuck there. So maybe the Onion Knight, but on the other hand that's scary as well. So both Al-Cid and Onion Knight are cards you really want on the board, but sort of preferably frozen or similar. You don't want to remove them, you don't want to do anything with them. Really frustrating, but Al-Cid is gone, and that's favorable at the very least. Right, let's see what happens here. Alright, let's see here. So what will Vayne do? He's likely to play some sort of character now. Another Alcid and Rygdia would be fantastic, though I don't think he has it on hand. Alcid and Rygdia would deal with Barbariccia here. And that would be fantastic, though we don't really know yet. We see a Kayn here, reducing the power by 4k right there on Barbariccia. We have a Ninja to deal another 2k, but he skipped using that. So I guess we're going to see a Rygdia play next from Vayne. Rygdia will finish off the Barbariccia, and there's no Aerith to protect from that. No, a Rammu! Interesting. That's rare to see. It's very rare indeed. So with Silas' plans foiled yet again, the Lightning player seemingly having answers for Barbariccia every time, despite even not even having spots to place for the Seymour. Seymour is usually the best option to stop 3-cost cards. Such a fantastic play, Seymour. So what is Silas going to do here? He has several options here, but what he wants to do is probably just get the Barbariccia going, because if he can get Barbariccia going for just one turn, that empties Vayne's entire field. And keep in mind that Vayne is down to 1 in hand size at the moment, and with a singular card that is going to be really difficult. So how is Vayne going to deal with Silas' onslaught here? We see Onion Knight, Dia and Kayn on the field already, so it's going to be very interesting indeed. We see Emperor swinging as well to be safe from the Alcid plays and similar, or Andridios. Really removing even more chances for his opponent. And note that Vayne has to deal 3 damage to win now, while Silas has to deal 3 damage to win, and Vayne needs to deal 2 damage to win. Interesting. Cloud of Darkness and choosing Golbez to live. Very interesting indeed. And Silas is probably able to play a Barbariccia as well here. I'm not sure he will. Maybe he'll just keep the cards for now. We'll see. He can play Barbariccia for free every turn though, so keep that in mind, because Golbez loops that card. And all we need is Barbariccia to survive for 1 turn, and it's going to be game over for Vayne. His board will be cleaned every turn, and that is really frustrating. We'll probably see Summoner disappear and be replaced by something like maybe a Dancer or similar, and it's game over. Really difficult to deal with. So we see Kayn swinging. Oh, we see EX Burst Odin for Skaar. Silas dealing a massive EX Burst Odin right there, and Kayn goes down. That is a glorious EX Burst. That is absolutely fantastic news for Silas. Very unfortunate for Vayne there. Just after Cloud of Darkness, you swing into an EX Burst and Kayn goes down. That is really frustrating, because Vayne have very few ways of dealing with Barbariccia now. Not that he had very many options, but we'll see. That EX Burst probably saved Silas right there. Seeing lightning, fire, water, wind, earth and all sorts of colors here, as well as lightning. Very many colors in Silas' deck, and really using the multicolors here. Fantastic play with the Summoner prepared now in case Vayne would get aboard. Very difficult indeed. We see Golbez swinging, and Silas is going to pick up an Arcfiend from the discard, I'm assuming. No, he dulled Ramza, choosing to use that ability now. It can act like a sort of, you know, like the 1-cost snow. We see a... Okay, he stops the Barbariccia from dealing damage by using the 4-cost Odin on Barbariccia. A little bit expensive, as Golbez can recycle it for free every turn, but he really needs to stop the Barbariccia from looping, so Dealing with Barbariccia is of the utmost importance, because any play he'll play, like even if he commits his entire hand to the field, like right now, all Silas would do is just like, you know, use the Barbariccia, activate the summoner, and deal damage equal to HP on all opposing cards. Very difficult indeed. So what is Wayne going to do here? Are we gonna see some crazy play like maybe Onion Knight, the Dragoon, Haste? That could actually finish the game right here. We don't really know though. So what will we see? Will we see a main phase 1 drop here? If we do, it's probably gonna be game. Because the Dragoon with Haste would finish the game now, or the Cane with Haste would finish the game now. Yeah, he didn't draw into any of the Haste forward, so this might be game in Silas' favor instead. We'll see, we'll see. We see Ramsa attacking. Skaar takes a damage and passes turn. I'm assuming Wayne has some sort of option here to use maybe some sort of summon. Yeah, we see Skaar taking a Barbariccia up to hand, and yeah, okay. We see Silas dealing the 7th damage anyway to CC. Very unfortunate, because what's kind of funny is that he drew such bad cards, like only dead cards. He was really thinking he'd lost at that point, really drawing useless cards there. So at the end, a little bit anticlimactic. It just ended with both players kind of stalling it out, and that Cloud of Darkness was fantastic for Silas, because it let him come back into the game. So that was really interesting to see overall. So we see a 2-0 Golbez Arcfiend deck. How about that? And it won against Mono Lightning. Wayne's Mono Lightning was actually pretty strong, and we saw it like really doing its thing there for a while. Some stranger choices here than usual with the Ramsa, for example. Maybe it's food for the other Ramsa, or maybe he's using it to like ramp crystal points in the beginning. So you play a forward, so you have an extra forward prepared, and then you can also activate your backup character, for example, or activate specific backups, like use a ninja twice, for example. Maybe that's the idea. Very interesting to see a Golbez. I can't stress that enough. And that Barbariccia, Wayne was trying to keep it at arm's reach, but it was coming like every turn. Barbariccia down to the field, Golbez taking a copy up to hand, like really threatening, forcing Wayne to throw all of his cards towards that Barbariccia, and then finishing the game with Cloud of Darkness, and then just keeping playing the cards to the field and just win the game. That was pretty good by Silas, and Cloud of Darkness was probably the only way you could get back there. So that is it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the game and enjoyed some Golbez action right there. The Opus 2 Golbez is the best Golbez, maybe, arguable, but all the same, that is interesting to see. And thank you for watching. I hope you'll check the next featured match out. We'll try to keep a few matches per round. And if any players are watching, if you want to feature your match, just contact me and we will sort it out. Thank you for watching and have a good evening.